Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Welcome to Keeping It Real with New Order. Again, this is a very new TV show, but we're going to be putting out different issues, talking about things that's going on in our community. I had to my left, I have my co-host, Miss Infinity. What's going on, Miss Infinity?
Not much. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Happy Valentine's Day. I don't know if I said that. I understand.
Happy Valentine's to those that celebrate Valentine's.
Put it this way, I think Valentine's should be every day. You know, just like Mother's Day should be every day. Just like Father's Day should be every day.
I agree.
You know, living in America, they give you this one day a year holiday, you know, and I think that should be, because my mom is not here right now. She passed away, you know. I kind of celebrate her every day, you know. So again, welcome to Keeping It Real with New Order. Please call in at 470-689-3832. We got a very important discussion. We're going to talk about the missing kids here in Georgia and across America. And I know when I was a kid, A young man got found guilty named Wayne Williams that made national news. He got found guilty of killing kids, but he got found guilty of killing an adult, but they called him a child killer, but he never got found guilty of killing any kind of child. So I think it was more people involved in this. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't.
But that's a case that we're going to be looking into, and once New Order get involved in that, it's going to make us. It's going to go. Talking about haters coming out. Oh, they going to come out everywhere because it's a sensitive situation.
Right.
So basically, we're going to start off about the organization again. New Order is originally from Toledo, Ohio. Started in 1992. My dad was an activist. Two of my best friends got killed execution style. And when I found out what happened, it was time for me to get involved. I moved here to Atlanta in 2000, and God is just good. I did start the organization, but what I have now is nothing but God. I continue to put him first. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm not a cocky person because he can easily take this all away from me.
Right.
Now we just applied for our first grant. So things are moving on. I just hired a journalist on the show, on the staff. Matter of fact, she was on my conference call today, and I also have a personal assistant that makes my job easier.
Right.
Then I have my ambassador, who's very overprotective of me, which I do understand because this is a very sensitive, very serious organization. So she sees the vision, and I see. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's coming from my heart. Anything you'd like to say while you've been in the organization? What made you join? Anything you'd like to say?
I joined to help out the community, to help bring accountability to our community. And I also want to just congratulate the new members in the human rights part of our organization.
Okay.
So shouts out to y'all and everybody else in the organization.
Right, man. They do a wonderful job daily. I mean, they never have any excuses. We had a wonderful conference call today. I hate to hang up the phone. It was real nice. We have an important meeting. Matter of fact, New Order.
I don't like that I missed it.
We have an important meeting on Monday at 1:30 p.m. We meet with the county chairman of the Clayton County lady, and we're going there to discuss business with her, and let her know that if you know that Sheriff Allen has been doing this all along, why are you letting him do this? Now, I know you don't have the power to let him go, but they did a vote to audit him, and they turned down the vote. But what made me mad infinity is that when I talked to the DA of Clayton County, he said, Mr. Rose, we know about Levon Allen. We just got to pray for him. Excuse me?
I think I said this before.
You're going to say we just got to pray for him? And you know that you're doing all this corruption?
Because
I don't even live in Clayton County. Huh?
That's what it's about. Like, we want good for everybody. That's right. In our mind. Everything is good. But when you get into organizations like that, that's another call. That's a lower frequency, and people gain energy off that. Like, our people suffer, but they gain energy.
Right.
So, like she said, we gonna have to do more than just pray. We gonna have to get rid of that entity up out of the system.
That's true.
And if we gotta do what we gotta do with Levon Allen, we got to do, because we got to run the devil up out of the house.
Right. And then he hired people without doing a background check.
That's
How
our
you
part.
go hire
That's
somebody
our
without doing
part.
it? So you don't even know who you hiring.
He don't care. That's our part. That's our part of control and getting the energy off our people that's locked up.
Right.
They in there stressed.
But when they presented a check at the last city council meeting of $26,000, he used taxpayers' money to go buy personal gifts. I was like, wow, $26,000. Clayton County
That's
people paying for that. And he drives up in a new car every day.
It's sad.
Very sad.
What is the community gonna do?
That's right.
What are we going to do to make noise to get him up out of there? Because he ain't gonna willingly get let go. They not gonna, because it's money involved.
That's true.
So, like I said, the system is corrupt, and it's a lot of corrupt things that goes on.
That's true.
So the only thing we can do is do what we're doing now.
Speak
Being
out.
the voice.
That's true.
Speak out.
Yeah. Please call in at 470-689-3832. Be a part of the agenda, what we're talking about. You can come in with your questions. You know, we are a national human rights organization that's there for the people first. We have different departments. I have some hard-working staff members. You know, they always say, Gerald, it ain't all about a title. I say a title works for me because if I need some research, I go strictly to the research director. If I need some policy, I go to the political strategist. I ain't got to bounce around like, okay, who I'm going to call today? So it helps me out. So I'm organized. But I know some people say, I ain't worried about no title. But it helps me out because I know who to go to.
What they saying about title means that everybody should be able to do all parts and all roles or whatever. You shouldn't have to go to just one person. Like if that person not available, who can you go with that same information?
True. That's true. That's true. I got to get comfortable with that person too. I ain't gonna go to nobody that I ain't never went to.
I get you. I don't blame you.
You know, the organization name is out there, the credibility. Like I tell Marcia, you know, when you call and make a business call, announce your name and your title.
Right,
you know,
right.
So they know you, you know, and stuff like that. Cause
that's the professional way.
Yeah, you got to be very, because people are watching.
Yeah.
You know, they're watching. So I'm just preparing us for the future. But I do understand what you're saying. You know, and one thing about the organization, you have a lot of people that can do multitask, like for yourself.
Right.
You know, I didn't know you could do flyers like that. But I don't want. I don't like overworking people because it's volunteer right now, but it's paid around the corner, and I want you to hang in there and just be patient.
Let me just throw this in there. When a person is passionate about what they're doing, they will never get tired of what they're doing. They will go all of the 100 miles.
So you've been concerned about the community for a while.
So it's been like 9 years since I done woke up and like, hey, this was right before the pandemic.
Okay.
Where
the George Floyd situation, I think that happened right before the pandemic, right? It was before
George Floyd. I mean, excuse me. I don't know. I was going through some type of breakthrough. And I didn't understand, but I remember my friend was like, you need to get up. You got too much ambitions to be just sitting here, going to work, coming home, sitting.
So he's seen it in you?
Yeah, okay. And I'm like, okay, let me start making the move. And when I did that, things started happening for me.
So look at you now. You are a co-host of a national TV show called Keeping It Real from New Orleans. Is your family very proud of you?
I will hope they proud of me because I'm very proud of myself.
Okay. All right, because, you know, I talk to my dad all the time, you know, and he see how the elevation is going. He said, son, I might not be here long to see it, but keep doing what you're doing and make sure you let everybody know in New Orleans that they're very important.
I have people that don't know me encourage me. Like,
okay.
Most my people really don't understand because I did a shift right in front of them and I didn't tell.
Caught them off guard.
I caught them off guard, so they like, we don't know about that. We they don't know because I'm not who I was when I grew up. I don't resonate with the things that was taught to me anymore. Gotcha. It's like I done switched it up, done reprogram myself to have
what part of Mississippi you from?
I'm from Natchez, Mississippi.
Oh my God, I've been down in Rankin County, Mississippi. I've been all through Mississippi.
That's near Natchez, Rankin County.
Issues in your state.
Yeah, and it's continuing to go on.
I remember I went down in 2011 where hate crime, where four-load of white teens drove from Rankin County to Jackson, Mississippi, and did a hate crime. They said, we just ran over this in person. And I was watching CNN. I didn't see no justice. This was all on CNN. I didn't see no justice. No Al say nothing about it. I called my former vice president. I said, we're going to Jackson, Mississippi. I'm just going.
That's a close-knit town.
I met with the DA. He's black. And I said, sir, why you only got one person arrested? If 4 black people got in the car and committed a crime, we all going to jail. That's accessory to a crime. He said, you're right, Mr. Rose. I said, well, so why you moving slow on getting these other people arrested? They end up getting arrested. You know, I like, man, I did that in the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know, and these folks like, you crazy. I mean, hey, that's what I'm called to do. You know, so I remember that case. That thing was it was big news. It was like the Sandra Bland case, big news. But all the leaders was just, something hit me inside and said, go speak on that.
Yeah, we need you. We need people to speak up for stuff, crimes like that, because it's still going on to this day. My auntie always posting something, and I'm
and I very conscious.
Yes, and I'm like, maybe I should invite her to be a local chapter or something, because she's
in Mississippi.
She's in Mississippi.
What you holding on that key information? I need to talk to her. You never know. She might be. Is she down there in your home?
She's in Natchez.
Okay.
She's in Natchez, and she done been through a lot of stuff, and she's still waiting on justice for her situation that she had, because her car ended up getting shot up. It was kids in there. She took bullets, but thank God that her kids was fine. But some people got arrested, but some didn't, and she still wants justice, and as well as her son. He's locked up going through stuff. It's a lot going on. But she's very strong.
Does she know what you're doing now?
I'm not sure if they don't follow me on Facebook. You
must follow her then, because
I follow all of my family.
Okay.
I follow all of my family. Whether they see me in the
so they
news
conscious
feed,
and stuff like that?
They conscious of what's going on.
Okay.
I can say that much. And she's
now, how far do
you
live from Jackson?
Jackson is maybe like an hour and a half.
But you heard of Rankin County?
Yeah, that's.
I know. It's
that's
like a Forsyth County.
That ain't that for maybe 30 minutes or for. That's not for.
From your house?
That's home. From Natchez. I'm talking about
Natchez. I thought Rankin was like close to Jackson because the way they drove from Rankin.
It's close. It's not too far. Especially if you know how to drive, you'll be there in no time. If you know how to drive safely, you'll get there within a nice little time.
Okay. Yeah, but Mississippi, wow.
Jackson need help too. It's a lot going on. I don't even know if they fixed the water crisis in Jackson.
Yeah, they had a problem like that in Flint, Michigan. I wrote the governor when that happened. We went up there and see, one thing about this organization, I don't just watch it from a distance. If I know that it need to be speak on, I don't care where it's at. Right, I will go there. Yeah, because me and my former chief of staff and vice president Leonard, we drove up to Flint, Michigan, and that took us about 12 hours. And we went up there and had a rally with the community, And I said, man, what is going on with this? A lot of kids was doing good in class, and now the water started affecting. They started getting bad grades and stuff. It was bad up there. I don't know if it's still going on, but
I know they have to can't drink or bathe in the water without getting broke out. I have a friend that lives there, and I remember talking to her, and she was like, they have to go buy bottles of water or something like that to where they can cook in some water that they can bathe in, because
bad,
they skin,
we're supposed to be in the best country. In we're supposed to be living the best. What you call it? What I'm trying to say, the American
dream.
Yeah,
this what this country, the American dream, and I'm still trying to figure out what is the American dream.
Well, we're gonna take our first break. We'll be right back. You've been listening to Keeping It Real with New Order, myself, Gerald Rose, and Miss Infinity. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Welcome back to Keeping It Real with New Order. My name is Gerald Rose, president of New Order National Human Rights Organization. To my left, I have Ms. Infinity, who is the national ambassador of the organization. You probably like, what is the ambassador? Explain what you do right quick, Infinity.
In short term, I just make sure the organization looks good. Make sure everybody is doing what it is that they need to do.
Yeah, I know that's right.
The websites and stuff are good. People are, they up to part doing what it is that they need to do. Make sure there isn't no negative things going on.
Vibe going on. That's correct. Because that's one thing about the organization. We're family.
Right.
We might disagree on things, but we don't. We let it go, because we are human. We do make mistakes, and
just remain focused. Everybody remain focused on New Order goals.
Why you say we all must stay focused, if you don't mind? Break that down for us.
Breaking down focus, because some people don't be focused. And when I'm saying focus, like you can wake up in the daytime and say, I'm going to do some work over here in this project or whatever.
Okay.
Your mind is on this project.
Okay.
But you can go somewhere and get a phone call or bump into somebody, and now your focus is not on you going to handle this important business.
Mm-hmm.
You don't forgot about this, and you over here on the phone with this, and you can be, you know what I'm saying, distracted. And then by the time your day goes, you missed out on the most important thing that you can do. Right. Now, on another example, when I'm saying stay focused, if you are important and if you know that you are an important person in your family or anything, you have to think safety. You have to think to the point of yourself. Saying prayers, affirmation, just have an aura of protection. Make sure when you get in your car, you pray over your car. Make sure you eat the right things. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your kids are good.
Right.
Like stay focused so just keep your aura together and don't leave room for the enemy to attack, because this is a spiritual warfare. Don't nobody know, forget the physical, because we can see everything in the physical, but we really can't pay attention to what's spiritually going on, what's in front of us.
Right.
And anybody can fall short, but I'm just saying, when you get up, stay focused on your task. Stay focused to yourself. Make sure you're good. Give yourself a reality check. Who am I today? How am I being? How am I feeling? So you can stay in alignment with whatever it is you need to do. You do not want to get distracted, because if you get distracted, enemies can take part. And to outwit the devil, you have to be focused on your goals. Whatever you got up when you rise, whatever you said, hey universe, hey God, see me through this day of completing these tasks, of completing these goals. You have to stay focused. If you get a phone call, say, hey, I need you over here, you got to be like, wait till I'm done. When I'm done with what I'm doing, then I'm going to check in with you. After you complete your goals, whatever it is you need to do, then you can go over here and do other things. But don't put other things before your goals that you rose to do. Right. If you can understand what I'm saying. Just stay focused no matter what it is. Don't leave home without a prayer, please. An affirmation or whatever.
Okay.
Be focused.
Right.
And I say this a lot, man. Stay the course. Don't get off the course. Don't leave the house with the armor of God on. Your protection. And don't worry about what other people say. They can get mad because you don't want to go hand in hand and meet them. Don't get mad. Just, if they need you, they'll wait. If they don't need you, they'll move on. You, as long as you can go to bed and say, I did that, I didn't get distracted, you won.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good, and we need one of them around for this organization. So I really appreciate that.
Don't
Again,
get caught
please
up.
give us a call at 470-689-3832. Before we get in our discussion, did you hear what our so-called president made that comment about the Barack Obama and his wife, called them apes and then refused to apologize?
I seen it, but he should have been directing it to himself, because they are genetic, they are the ones are the apes. We not. Look at the lips. Look at the lips on the ape and look at our lips. Where they come from?
Say it.
Where do they come from? So he needs to be talking about himself and his family and not us. They come from us. Remember that. It was dark before light. So you have us as the dominant race. That everything else come from our DNA. That I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way, but their God.
Keeping it real with New Orleans.
Their God.
Speak what you want to speak.
Like, there was beings here on this planet before their God came here and said, let there be light, and created the human race. They did that. They took from us.
Right.
And that's why you get what you get. But
also, let's go back to January 6th when they invaded the Capitol. Remember that?
Invaded the Capitol. I don't remember that.
Went
Explain.
there and they said Trump was told them to go into the Capitol and take it over. Remember that insurrection, January 6th?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
You gotta tell me about it.
Put it this way: if Barack Obama did half the things that Trump did when he was in president, he wouldn't be president right now. They would have been assassinated him. I mean, he is. You know, you gonna say I ain't gotta apologize. He just being point up like, hey, and what?
Cause he is who he is.
Ain't no president of the United States. You supposed to be representing everybody. You just representing again, making America great white again. He's just supporting his own supporters. He don't care about us.
They never did.
True.
They never did.
True.
So that's why I'm always saying we have to figure out how to get out of their system, and that's what I'm working on. We have to figure out how to, like, hey.
So you believe in separation?
Separation. Here go your birth certificate. Here go your Social Security. Like, give them back their stuff. Give them back their culture. Give them back all of that. And we have to do what we have to do. If we can tap back into what our ancestors was doing before they even brought the Holy Book of Spells over here and say follow these laws, and before they brought the guns and steel and diseases, we have to go back to that way. Other than that, this is their doing.
Right.
And we so terrified and of history to where we can't even shake it off to say, hey, let's fight for our land. Let's fight for this country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how they designed it.
You're right. Okay.
And that's why I don't do too much with helping our so-called race, because they will poop on you in a heartbeat.
I'm going to give you an example on that. There was this, again, I'm not racist, but there was a white female that was found dead in the Cobb County jail. And the family called me, say, hey, Mr. Rose, I need help. I said, what's going on? My daughter was found dead inside the jail. I think it might have been some foul play. I said, meet me down at the jail. Went down there. They let me in. I talked to the sheriff, you know. But what I'm going to tell you, when you just said they'll turn their back on you, I found out they got some money. They ain't never called me and say thank you. None. They got what they wanted and bygone. That's the example of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But our people do that too as well, though. It's sad.
Yeah.
You know, but I just keep going.
You have to keep going and use discernment.
I move because you said move, you know, but doing this type of work, you would get taken advantage of.
That's why you got to move.
It was a
with
young lady, a
discernment.
black lady was suing Daimler and Chrysler, and I was involved in that. And I heard she got some money, and I just called her to say, how you doing, man? How's everything going? And she kind of chuckled while she was on the phone with me. Like, get me off the phone. She got paid, didn't say thank you, and went on about her way and got paid millions and millions of dollars. Did she get Gerald some money? No. But did I fight for her? Yes.
Moving forward.
I could tell you a story, man. Doing this type of work, you would take taken advantage of.
Lessons learned from what Gerald is saying. We have to use discernment. And it's okay when you feel, and I call it the sacral chakra, you know, your navel that connects you to the mother and connects you to this land. When you feel your intuition, when you feel the chills, when you feel that when you communicate with people, know that it ain't for you. It's okay to bow out of it, because you will find yourself helping people and they will poop on you.
That's right.
And not care and be gone, like he say. So just discernment. The universe gave everybody the gift of discernment. You got to know how to use your discernment. Understand when you get the bubble guts. Understand when your hair raised up on your arms. Understand all kind of signs that your body would tell you, and don't ignore it, because It's God. Everything
Right.
is God.
Well,
Don't
for
ignore
more
God.
information about New Order, visit our website at www.nonhro.com, or you give us a call at 1-800-346-5138. We're going to go ahead and go into our agenda right now. We're talking about missing black kids. We have an issue, and I know on my social media, I don't know about yours, but every other post is someone's missing across this country.
That is
And
true.
I know here in Atlanta has been an issue before. There's someone in jail right now that's been serving life. That he done been in jail since 1989. Yeah, and we talk every day. But now, the attorney is convinced that he didn't kill all these people. You know, I think maybe some KKK was probably involved.
You know how
kids
they
was
know how to
throwing off
set you up. They set us up.
We're stepping up and going to help him. you
Okay.
know. But what kind of research have you done, Infinity, about the missing kids? 'Cause I know you've been doing a little research on that. Are you concentrating just here in Georgia or across the country?
It's just I can just say across the nation.
Okay.
Kids are coming up missing and
Or even being turned into sex
trafficking. Maybe the parents doing something and get caught up and
or sex trafficking their own kids.
their kids and stuff like that. So I really want to really talk solutions, because how the world is, we not gonna be able to stop what's designed in that type of order,
Right.
because everybody have a purpose of what it is they doing, and it's wrong. So everybody just have to, when you have your kids as toddlers, man, you have to make sure they know their name, make sure they know their parents, your name, make sure they know where they live, make sure they know how to access a phone. And not only that, tap into how they're feeling. Most parents raise their kids to fear them. So imagine you having kids that's scared of their parents and going through stuff and don't know how to talk to their parents about, but you got a stranger over here somewhere seeing what's going on in your house, so you don't even know that these people are watching, because there's always somebody watching. So imagine they seeing this and your kids somewhere, maybe at school, because when you send them to public school, they not your kids, they become public kids, the school kids. So imagine they're there and somebody come and approach them or talk to them or get them attention or show them what they not getting at home, and that can lead to them to be kidnapped or lead them astray or something like that. But to me, it starts from home, comes from home, and how you raise your kids when they dealing with strangers.
I want to go back. You said that when it came to discipline, my parents, I was afraid of my parents. Not afraid like that, but it wasn't all about keep going up to the school and all. What these kids doing today, I wouldn't be here today talking to you. 'Cause I remember when I smacked the principal, I was in the 3rd grade, smacked the principal.
What?
My dad said, "This is the last time I'm coming up to this school." And what happened was she made me eat something I didn't want to eat. So I slapped her. So my dad came up to the school and said, "Oh, you want to show out?" So he whooped me in front of the whole school. Then my mom got me when I got home, and then they whooped me, but they told me why they did it. Because I think parents these days is disciplining their kids, but they don't tell them the reason why they doing
And
it.
they
broke
kids
it
be
down
lost.
to me, said, "Son, I hated to do this, but this is the reason why I did this to you. You cannot go to school and disrespect adult first. You have to listen to your teachers. They might not be right every time or whatever, but at the same time, you go to school to learn. You don't go there to show out." But we got to take a quick break right quick. Again, this has been Keeping It Real with New Order. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives. Today's world.
Hi, I'm Michael Collier, funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party! All right, see y'all later. Bye.
That's on a new one.
Back in the Keeping It Real with New Order. My name is Gerald Rose, president of New Order National Human Rights Organization. I have my co-host, Miss Infinity, who's the ambassador of the organization. We're not just doing these TV shows. We actually out in the community doing the work, because I'd rather be doing the work and doing this TV show, because my heart is out there with our people. Before we went to a break, we was talking about our future, which is our children. Beautiful children. Mm-hmm. But some of our children are not focused because our parents are not focused. That's
Right.
where they get it from. Am I correct?
Right.
Got a lot of sex trafficking going on. But Infinity has been doing some research on our missing kids in our country. I'm going to let her kind of continue what she was talking about. But we did get off, not the subject, but we talked about we got to blame our parents, because that's who they learn from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of our kids are raising themselves. That's why they get into these streets. Am I right?
Right.
So what did you actually find out? Was our kids are going through stuff
Our
mentally?
kids are mentally going through stuff because half of our parents in the community, they are on drugs. They are not even focused on being a parent or being a mother or being a father.
That's true.
And I just want us to just realize, just stop using sex because of the feeling, because you can bring kids into this world and they don't deserve to be coming into this world if you're going to neglect them in a way. And some kids be found roaming the streets at nighttime, little toddlers 3 and 4 years old, just to get to the house, and a mom just waking up from the fentanyl she done took or some type of drug, and wonder why your kids being kidnapped and stuff.
That's true.
And then on top of that, I also see too, when it comes into like pedophilia and stuff, you have most of these parents be looking at the Hollywood or whatever it is, and they dress their kids up like how the celebrities dress their kids up. But look at them celebrity kids and where they come from and who and where they go and where they spend all their time. Not your kids. And when you do that, you got mentally ill men and women out here, and just by having that, your kids can be violated.
That's right.
And or you can be violated just by them watching and seeing your patterns in the household, and you wonder why people coming in your house taking your kids, wonder why they doing what it is that what they're doing. But we have to wake up, and I don't want to use the word just adopt. If you don't want your kids, put them up for adoption. Like literally give them to somebody that really wants to care for them kids and teach them things so they can be the children of the future. But now, how can our children be the future when they into video games, they into all of this stuff that's not teaching them, that's not even helping their spirit? It's just bringing them more down, to be more destructive in the community, to give the government more reasons to attack. more reasons to, hey, use your kids for whatever reason that they need to be using. Just like they say in the Epstein files, how they have the kids and be doing adult stuff, you know, that's been going on for centuries. And unfortunately, they still was doing it until something happened.
Of Epstein files, they said, what's the rapper, the famous rapper married to Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
They say he was involved.
Hey.
He's being investigated now, Infinity.
Anybody that took pictures of Epstein or had anything to do with anything done, participating in something, in some type of ritual with kids. It's sad to say, but hey, it's in the music. In one of his songs, he had
oh, did he? I didn't know that.
And he had the song called "Pretty Young Thing." I think it was with Pharrell. Go listen at that song. He talks about the young girl. He talks about the young girl in a song.
Wow.
And not only that, you have the queen that was with the president. She have a song with a minor and talking.
When you say the queen, who you talking about?
Nicki Minaj, the Barbs. They know who I'm talking about. She has a song with a minor at the time. I think it was like 12 or 13 from Young Money. I can't think of his name. They always say
whatever comes to dark comes to light. And this
she has a
song. Now.
And then they have a picture of her getting off a plane with a minor.
Wow.
Like, so just Google it and look this stuff up. But it's a whole lot out there. And
the Clintons, Trump.
All of the Pizzagates and all of that stuff. It's a lot in them files that they use to order our babies. And you want to know why your babies are missing. So my question
is, let's kind of go back missing kids. Well, now, we're not saying that's why you're missing. Let's be clear on that.
Right.
It's two different subjects. The fact we wanted to kind of address on our raising our own children and not being raised right. So I want to be clear on that. Now, the part as far as the missing part, that's what I'm very concerned about. And it's like law enforcement, when there's a black person missing, a white person missing, they take their time trying to find a black person, if you know what I'm saying. This is America. Racism is well alive here. And our kids are just important, just as smart, you know, but for some reason when it comes to us, it's a division. But I do understand what's going on.
Right.
You know, but these missing kids, what kind of research did you come up with when you found out these kids were missing? Did you find out how they got missing, how long they been missing, or?
Some kids been missing for a while. When you really look at it, melanated kids are very important. They have a very important DNA. So that can be a reason why kids are missing, especially if they healthy, if they got blood type O or some type of genetics, you know, and if you're not protecting your kids, they probably can be used for organs or anything like that.
Right.
So
I know me growing up, I don't know about you, but we had family meetings. I don't know if you did, but
no.
What happened was, you know, it'd be like a Sunday night. I still remember the day. We'd go to the kitchen, sit down, and they say, "Is anything on your mind? Anything I need to know? Is anything going wrong at school? Like, are you getting bullied?" So my parents had that open relationship with us. You know, so I want to thank them for that because I paid off.
Yes, we need that. We need that. Family need that structure to sit down and get into the minds. I was
blessed, man. I was really blessed, you know. Before the activism, you know, my dad, you know, he stood for the community, but he was a father first, you know. But I remember them family meetings and stuff like that. We had to we had to do our homework. We all did it at one time. You know, we was required, you know, who's washing dishes. We had chores. You better not ask to go outside before you're doing your chores.
That's needed.
I don't think they doing that these days, Infinity.
No, they not.
I bet you they not doing that.
They not.
First thing they get home, they jumping on a game.
They on games, iPod, not really doing homework. Who you got to help them with their homework if the parents at work?
Well, I understand. I give the parents a little excuse because
I don't want to give them no excuse.
Know what I'm saying? If they at work all the time trying to keep a roof over their family, that I can stand.
I get
but
it.
If you just not being in your kid's life and just giving them everything, go ahead.
Let's redirect. Again, before they gave us this educational system, all we had is our family. We had our tribe. We learned from our parents. everything. We learn from our parents, right? As of 2020, when they shut down, I literally said to the parents, because I seen a lot of women, they need to open up the system. God, I'm tired of these kids. They're getting on my nerves. Put them back. And I'm saying to myself, your kids.
Y'all made them.
Your kids are being raised full time in a school system, and you barely with them. So
that I have to agree with you,
right? The school raising your kids, and when you get home and try to talk to your kid not listening at you. They not respecting you because they parents is at the school. Their teacher, the kids, or maybe the neighbors, or maybe they friends' parents, or their person because.
Turn the whistles. There you go. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But you have to understand that you are the responsible for your kids. And I literally said, if you can get a at-home job or some type of entrepreneur, something where you can be at home and raising your kids, looking in your kids' face, taking them to different activities, sitting and watching them what they do, you wouldn't have no issue. Right. But in our community, the parents never raising their kids. They're always at daycare, school, or somebody else. The parent was in there. And then you got broken households where the dad is not in the household. And that's another issue. So again, we need to be at home with our kids. Right. Like, figure it out. I ain't trying to say, I know you need your bills paid, you need all that, but you have to somehow use what God gave you to come up with some type of way to attract currency. Right. You can't just be out here and somebody else, like you call a plantation job, you helping them build their company and you still struggling. Right. Your 9 to 5, you still... But your kids been neglected. Somebody told me not too long ago that they wanted to move somewhere. And then they say, well, I'm not going to move because the kids need their friends and the kids, they need this and blah. And I'm like, so you're going to put the kids over you moving to a better community or a better state for more benefit to where you can take care of, provide, but you'd rather stay in a town where you getting less benefits just because your kids can stay in the neighborhood in the school system that they're in. Right. And I feel like we can't be blaming the kids because they would grow up to resent you. Because I done heard some parents say, you're the reason why I couldn't go to school, you're the reason why. And then the kid gonna grow up like, I'm here and my mama couldn't do nothing. So that can do something with their self-esteem and their confidence as well.
Let me go back. You said, now when I was growing up, I had a lot of friends that was raised by a lot of single mothers. And Infinity, they did not play. I mean, I know it takes a father to raise a boy, but it was some of my friends was raised with just a mother, and they didn't play back in the day. So what I'm saying is we use too many excuses. Now, I know it takes a man to raise a man. Let me be clear on that. Mm-hmm. But I think we use too many excuses when the father's not around, because I know some moms did not play.
We don't have them type of moms.
Man, I mean, and stuff. It's like that done change too. Did you know some people that was just raised, just their mother? I done
had parents. I done been in a household where parents didn't play. We had to get up early in the morning, say our prayers, clean chores before we do anything. Right. Before we go outside and play, there was structure. But as I'm gonna say, when the 2000s came, things shifted with the parents that they gave birth in the 90s. Like you have, they call it Gen Z and Gen X or whatever. When they gave birth, that sort of changed the dynamic of kids. Right. And then now you got the 2000s having kids, and they still kids themselves, and they still stuck in the culture side of the world. Right. So that's not giving them structure.
That's true. Us black folks, we use too many excuses. Too many excuses. But let me be clear again. It takes a man to raise a man.
And I want to point on this too, that I said during the 2020. I was saying that because most women always they'll get pregnant, they'll put it on the man like it's your responsibility or whatever, and the man probably said, well, they ain't want no kids or whatever, but somehow you got the kid. And I was saying, by a woman carrying the baby actually she's nurturing and molding the baby in her stomach. So you give birth to that baby, and your mindset's supposed to be 100 to 1,000%. That's your responsibility of that baby that you're having. And if the dad don't want to be there, you can't just make him be there. You have to have it in your mind like you have to be the sole responsible of that baby. And if the man is going to be there, he's going to be there to nurture you while the baby's in your womb. He's going to be there. Them the ones I feel like be good parents or good fathers because they're there. But if they not there during the time the baby is being groomed inside you can't make that man be there. You have to become 1,000% and lean on God and to get you through of raising that baby. And you can do it. We can do it. But a lot of women always blame the dad and take the black man through chaos because he ain't ready to be a father. He didn't want the baby, but somehow she done manipulated whatever. Now the baby here, and he's like, don't want nothing to do with it. Now she wants child support. If he don't have a job or he's struggling to even take care of himself, why would you go put him on child support? Why would you get the courts involved?
Right.
That's not helping that black man.
That's true.
So I just feel like
my son's mother didn't have a good relationship. And it's he got into some trouble. And I have to blame myself because I left, right? But at the same time, I forgot I had a child. But we could not get along. I was like, I can't take this. Mm-hmm. So he grew up. He was raised by the mother. He started getting in trouble. He got my whole name. Mm-hmm. So he got in trouble back in my hometown because he's a junior. Because they knew me and my dad was very active in the community. Mm-hmm. And my son's get in trouble. He'd be all in the newspaper, just some minor stuff, but when he got older, I kind of explained to him, what happened. Right. He did accept my apology, but when he was younger, man, I could not get along to mom, but at the same time, it was my fault. That's the reason why he started, selling drugs and all type of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, I thank God that we got everything patched up. So I went through something like that. I went through something like that.
And sometimes
I remember one time when we was in the courtroom and my dad walked in, he said, I'm going to take the kid from both of y'all. I'm going to raise him.
Right.
And she nutted up in the courtroom.
Right.
She put a middle finger up to my dad. It was a trip, man.
Wow. Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, we my sister and her got in a fight because she didn't want nobody to see my son, my side of the family. I went through stuff like that with her.
Wow. But and you want to know something else?
What?
If you can ask a man to this day why they wasn't in their children's lives, right, they'll come up with a story. And the kid always going to be like, well, mama didn't say that. Mama said the different story. Right. So children out there, if you watching, just ask the dad. Ask the dad why, and you can get really the true answer.
Okay.
You can get the true answer because most men, they can't fight against the mom.
That's true.
They can't fight. They don't want to do so. They back away. And the kids resent the father. Right. You ain't do this. You ain't do that. Right. But if you sit and talk with your father, they going to sit there and tell you the truth. And then you go back and question your mom why you allowed my dad or why you painted my dad out to be that type. Because that goes on to it be the mom.
I'm going to tell you something, right? I remember my son. I dropped my son off. My sister was with me in the car. And my baby mom did not like my sister at all. So when she seen that she was in the car with me when I dropped my son off, my baby mom came out and said, I told you I didn't want you around my son. I said, wait a minute, that's my grandson. What are you talking about? So they got in a fight.
Wow.
So what happened was my sister, I hate to say it, she beat her down.
Wow.
And so what happened was, it's funny now, but back then it was serious. About 6-7 months later, my baby mom thought it was okay, but she planned something. So when I dropped my son off at my grandson's grandmother's house, her side of the family, she had her friends and her brothers in there in the house.
Wow.
So they all jumped me and my sister jumped us,
What?
pulling guns out on us and all. Yeah, I remember all that. I had to call the police.
Wow.
I actually had to
That
put her
was
in jail.
payback.
Yes, but she
Wow.
played it like, okay, everything's cool. My sister, you set my pa accepted, but she was planning it. Yeah, I remember all that, man. And I remember when her brothers and them, a Corlo like 2 van loads came to my house looking for me. Yeah, it was a trip, man.
That's
There was some
crazy.
days, man.
When you can
but
reflect.
at the same time, man, well, I didn't tell my son all that happened, but you know, cause he loved his mama now. He's very
well, he
protective.
gonna know
'Cause he
now
was
if
like,
he watched the show.
because you could tell she wasn't talking to him, because he was like, "Why you leave my mom? Why you leave us like this?
Mm-hmm.
That's your fault. I'm like this because you left us."
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't hearing. That's all he was saying. But once he got it older and stuff,
And he started
he started
realizing.
seeing stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Telling it be the mama. The mom controls every narrative,
She does.
everything.
Yes, she
like
does.
we're
'Cause she's
the
with him
household.
24/7.
Exactly. So y'all just be mindful. And mama, please just keep it real. Like stop blaming the dad and
But
the
I ain't
dad
gonna lie.
stop
With some of
blaming
my
the
fault,
mama.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. Some of it was my fault because I didn't fight long enough to be there in this life.
Right.
It was my fault, you know. And but at the same time, I got tired of arguing with her.
That
You
be the main
know,
thing. The
it goes back
arguments.
how I met her, you know. But we move on.
Right. But hey, it made you a better person.
Right,
better
right.
father.
Right,
Mhm.
right. But we all go through something.
Yeah, we
all
do.
go through something. Yeah. But going back to these missing children, what are you really actually concerned why our children are being just as important as when white folks' kids are missing? Because I know on my social media, every other post, she's missing. She's missing. It's
It
like,
gonna go all the way back to
it's gonna
the
get, you know, it's gonna get worse
parents.
than it's gonna get worse.
It goes
than
all
better.
about to the parents, how they treating the kids, especially like the 13. Could you imagine a 13-year-old?
Oh, we had our first couple. Go ahead.
Could you imagine a 13-year-old being missing or kidnapped because she just to run away from home and never come back because she couldn't deal with what was going on in the household?
That's why kids join gangs. People don't know that.
Maybe she seen her mom, or they see their mom or dad do some destructive stuff, ignoring them. Like I say, you got parents in the household, they be into what they be into, and the kids be sitting there wanting attention, but they can't get the attention because the parent is wrapped
I
up
thank
in.
God every day my mom and dad was there, because I see what people went through, getting raised by somebody else. I was privileged.
Right,
But everybody's
right.
not like that, so
Yeah,
I can't
everybody.
judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I hear these stories, or their own mom or dad molested them, I never went through nothing like that. And I know
That
there's a lot of
happened.
kids-
Family SS. That's
Oh my
that's
God.
out
Oh,
there.
Father be molesting their kid. I can't
It's
even,
out
I
there.
can't imagine me touching my daughter, man.
That's why we have to teach them coming up. If something is wrong, you have to say. You can't, because the predator will sit there and put fear in them. If you say something, I'm gonna kill
So
you.
they be
This,
scared to say
I'm gonna do
something?
this, so it'll make them scared. You have to put them to be like to sacrifice something. If somebody touch you and then they say they're gonna hurt me or hurt you sometime, put up the sacrifice. I'm gonna tell, cause in my situation, when the man said, "Are you gonna tell your mom that I be touching you?" I'm like,
So you went
"Yeah."
through it?
I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Like, because
I
that's
see a lot of people
wrong.
went through that I
Like,
know.
that's wrong.
I
That's
know
why I
it.
say you got imbalanced hormones. I don't know if it's in the food or what they drink, these alcohol, the drugs. I don't know what it
So
is.
let me ask you something. When a woman been molested or raped, when they get older, does it mentally still affect them?
Yeah, it can mentally affect them,
say
their body.
say they having sex with a guy, they not really into
They
it.
might
remember-
not. They might not. How can I say this? Some might not react, or they might be closed off because something can happen to either trigger something, and it'll shut down, and it, or either they might be into arguments. It's all about some type of protection. You can't, if a
I
woman
don't
been
know how a person can
violated,
get over that,
you
man.
can't. in order for someone to get over there, you have to guide and you have to go through it. You have to sit there,
get counseling and stuff.
And I always say this because I was taught this, that everything that happened, bad, good, or whatever, you gotta turn it into love. You gotta love the experience. You gotta say, okay, God, I've been through it, I dealt with it, and to heal. Because if you sit there and cry and moan and somebody can say something that trigger you, you're not healed. You gotta somehow find a lesson, find a cause, find a purpose, and be the advocate for it. Because you already know the signs of it. When you see somebody like that, you know what it is. Just like you can have a young girl and she bouncing over there in the man lap, a boy lap, or whatever.
Is that why they say don't do that?
Don't do that, because you bouncing around. That man could be on alcohol,
planning something, huh?
Or he can be not in his mind or took a drug or something, and the little girl happy because Uncle blah blah, and she bouncing around, and
she'll be a victim, huh?
She can be a victim, or even the boy can be a victim. But we have to be mindful of all type of stuff growing up in a household with music. Because when I grew up, all I can remember in certain household, partying, beer, alcohol, and
that's
having
what you remember.
Fun. That's what I can remember. So that came to me growing up to want to party and have fun. And when you do that and not knowing, you can put yourself in situations to be attacked or to be taken advantage of.
Wow.
So again, everything comes from the household. You got to teach if you got to teach your kid how to fight, if you got to teach your children how to use a gun, how to use a knife, we have to, because back in the day, our ancestors taught, that's how we was taught. They didn't take that away from us. It was taken away when they brought the book over here and gave us these laws and stuff like that.
Wow. You know, I learned a lot from you. No, seriously, that's some.
Well, I'm glad I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, but I'm sorry that you went through that, because I talk to people. I'm like, wow, but it's life. I guess
it's hot when
it's
you
more
have
people
young
I talk to
parents.
been through that than I do talk. Like, wow,
it's young
for real?
parents. It's the young parents. If your parents not
so if you don't
too
mind me
much
bringing
older,
up something, so was it a family member did it too? It was a stranger.
I mean, I don't want to be putting business out there.
Okay, well, we got to talk about it.
It was a close person to a parent. A close person to a parent that
now, did you face him when you got older?
No, I gave it to God. I'm like, whatever. I feel like when I let it go and I forgave him,
the healing process,
and I forgave the person, my parent. When I did that released me.
Okay.
Now, I don't care if he ever apologized or come to me. I don't care, because I'm good. But if he do come, and when he show his face, I can know what he's coming to me, and I know what he's about to do.
Okay.
Maybe he might do that when he get ready to croak. I don't know. Sometimes people do that. But I'm just saying, you have to say, hey, what did I learn to how to protect myself?
Gotcha.
How not to be bothered. That's another thing,
Right.
how I can be shut down too when it comes to
I don't
certain
mean to
men.
cut you off. I think it's time for I see getting my alert right now. This has been Keeping It Real with New Order. Just a little final announcements. Again, we are having a meeting with the Clayton County Chairwoman on Monday at 1:30 p.m. You have any updates you want to say right quick? 'Cause I know we got to go in a minute.
You can subscribe to New Order's YouTube at New Order for Life. Subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Thank you. We need your support. This has been Keeping It Real with New Order. Thanks again for being with us, and God bless you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.